Welcome to Tecmo Tuesday, and welcome to week number 6 of the 2017 Cleveland Browns season that we're playing as here on this 2017 ROM. I know it says 2018, but that's just how the sports games work. I feel like I have to preface this every time because I get this question just about every time, so that's just how it is. It is the schedule and roster of 2017. We are playing as Cleveland. We rose to 2-3 last week, beating the Jets. And now we have another team that's not doing so hot, the Houston Texans, on the docket here. Let's hope the Ravens lose here, and they do not, of course. Although they're 2-4 now, they got only their second win of the season. So I mean, but not the biggest threats. But last thing we need is threats all over the place. So here we go, Houston Texans. I've never played this team in any Tecmo Tuesday because, well, they did not exist in any of the Tecmo Tuesdays that we did because they were not a team in any of the seasons. I did all the old ones. I'm kicking off. I always kick off. Even though the defense always gives up a touchdown. Just about. I think this is an Osweiler season. Which we may not even see him on the field if we can't tackle the return man. Shit. Not a good start. Not a good start. Oh no, it's Deshaun Watson. That's right, 2017. I'm thinking 2016, wow. All right, so not good. We have our future quarterback though. If speaking from the Browns' perspective. All right, good job, defense. Not looking forward to that contract. Again, speaking from a Browns perspective. Oh, shit, he faked me out. I thought they were going short. Nice job by the defense with the block because if he was throwing to that receiver that was streaking up at the top there, I don't know. He might have had a touchdown. Because I was nowhere near him. I took him right off of that play. I was anticipating. He missed the field goal short. Oh my god, I have not seen that from a computer kicker in any of these Tecmo Tuesdays. They just don't even bother kicking it if they are not able to reach. It's just part of the thing. So I don't know what the fuck happened there. Oh, overthrew by like a yard. All right, good job. It's great to see the defender diving there before it got to him. He did not reach anyway, and it resulted in a first down. I paused. I delayed the throw because I was hoping to lure the defenders towards me, and shit. Ugh. We get a stop at the start of the game. Very uncharacteristic of us. We will not be rewarded with such. We will turn the ball over. It's just the football gods fucking with us. All right, he dumps it off to Miller. Come on, guys. Let's get a stop here. And they did not call the play that I picked, and oh, shit. All right, overthrew it. Once again, I was bailed out. This time not by a defender. This time I was bailed out by the quarterback throwing it just a little bit too far. It was across the field, but still, that's the way she goes. So I mean, the quarter's not over yet. I don't want to say anything too soon here, but I will say that the defenses have been playing well so far. And you know what? I will jinx that for them. I'll be happy to jinx that for them. Although I may reverse jinx it. Who knows? I do not feel like fucking with the jinx. Oh my god, he was blanketed by 2 guys. Alright, I'll give Kroll a break. He's been a workhorse. And Vital dragging a guy into the end zone, and he's still being mugged. It might be his first touchdown of the year. I'm not 100%. Shit! I was hitting the button, but it was not responding. That was almost a blocked extra point. That would have. Oh my god! If I would have missed that. It would have. I know I would have lost by a point. I just know that's what would have happened. Fumble-a-layla! We got it. I don't know what the hell Fumble-a-layla, where it comes from, why it's said. I just remember. I was playing football. It was me against my buddy with my uncle. My Uncle Dave was a steady quarterback. And one of us fumbled. I don't even remember who. And he just yelled out, "Fumble-a-layla!" And I thought he was just like, I don't know, just blabbering out, just like fumbling on his words. And he was just trying to yell out fumble and like just said a bunch of other shit with it. So I thought that was hilarious. But then it was another whole game where he did it again, and I was like, okay, so that must mean something. But he never really, he didn't explain it as being anything in particular. So I don't know. It's a fucking mystery to me. Anyway, we got ourselves another touchdown. We did take advantage. We did take advantage of the turnover. And so far so good with our defense. We did not let them take advantage of their own turnover. Fumble again! We got it again! Holy shit, we might be able to put this game into, not put it on ice, but put ourselves firmly in the driver's seat. I like to go for the jugular on the first play after a turnover. I was not going to take any chances, though. I wasn't going to throw to him if he was covered. I would just scramble with it, or I would have dumped it off to the tight end. You know, something like that. I was not about to fuck with that situation. 21-0 is a great start to this game. Maybe another fumble. You know, I can't exactly, you know. I would even if I did get a fumble, it's like, okay, you know, save it for another game, you know. Not that this one's over or anything, but when you have a 21-0 lead and you only get so many fumbles per season, you know, it's like you want to be able to spread them out. You got him. You guys got him. Come on, somebody make the sack. There we go. I wanted to jump in there. But I also didn't want to take my guy off of the guy that was the deep man. But I was also like standing in a weird spot. Like I probably would have, I probably would have fucked that up anyway. I was standing on this no man's land in between. So we get another stop, force a punt. Oh, Shane Leckler, one of my favorite punters of all time. Oh my god, I was just like, please don't fumble. This has been the worst time to do that. But a 21-point second quarter, a huge turnaround from the defensive first quarter that it was. Mostly made up because of the turnovers. You know, we got good field position twice and cashed in both times. You got to do that. So, you know, it's been huge. They have no first downs They have no first downs. I did not think we've just been 3-and-outing them the whole time. But I guess we have. Holy shit. All right, let's keep it up. Let's keep it up. I am not expecting another 21-0 second half. You know, I think, you know, we definitely lucked out there. We took advantage of the breaks. That's what it was, the fumbles. But we definitely played we played a great game defensively, and we executed on offense for the most part. So, you know, the thing was, again, we took advantage of the turnovers and we cashed in touchdowns. If we would have only kicked field goals, it'd be 13-0 right now. And, like, one play would turn the whole game around. Now they're playing, you know, from well behind. They need to score urgently. It changes the whole dynamic of the game. All right, 2nd down and 1. I'm giving it to Vitale here. I'm kind of risking losing some yardage here. Because of his speed, it's not that great. But the offensive line's been playing well. And that time they weren't, but what are you going to do? It was... I mean... In the game, in the game's universe, you can't say, like, oh, they guessed the play right. There's no such thing as that happening and causing everybody to just fall down like that. But it's how it works in Tecmo. It's, I don't know. You can't blame the offensive line, but you would for seeing them all get pancaked like that if it were real. Alright, I'm not risking a turnover. And I'm going to manage to get a first down. My Kroll is just on fire here. I'm going to sit him down. Not sit him down, but not give him the ball here. I'm just going to hand it off to Vitale so I don't even think about throwing it to him. Man, I was just hoping to get a field goal. When I dumped it off to Kroll, I was saying, you know what? Like, hopefully I can get enough yards to get a field goal because I was so fucking far away from the first down, but he managed to get all the way down there and drag a guy past the sticks. Then another touchdown. I mean, he's been the workhorse. He's been the guy. When the games that we got our asses just kicked hard, it was because they were able to shut him down. Either shut him down or contain him enough to where he wasn't a huge difference maker. But in games like this where he's on fire, you know, it's like it's a huge contribution to the offense. And so far, so good defensively. I mean, shit. And I jinxed it, didn't I? They got a first down. Hey, I wasn't saying, hey, I need to shut them out of getting any first downs all game or anything. That would have been nuts. But he did get a lot of yardage. I didn't want any of that to happen. Ugh. I was playing way too shallow. Playing way too shallow. We can't play that shallow against DeAndre Hopkins. And so not only not getting the shutout of first downs, we're not getting the shutout, period. But hey, let's not let him back in this game here. You know, like one fuck up, one turnover here, and, you know, it's all of a sudden the 2016 Falcons with just an absolute terrible shit show of a collapse. That would be a similar situation. If we were to fuck up this lead. There were a lot of guys in the middle. I was worried about a jump. Kaiser's not good at avoiding pass blocks, I noticed. Oops. Alright, we'll go to Vitale. And that, hey, you know, he couldn't, you know, you can only stop J.J. Watt so many times. I got to give the offensive line credit for doing that for the most part in this game. And Vitale gets another touchdown. It feels good to get a win like this, I gotta say. It's just what the doctor ordered. I know we're coming off a win. But, and, you know, it was, last week's win was, you know, it was decisive when it got to the second half. But it wasn't, it was close throughout the first 2 quarters. And then we started to take control of it. This game, we, you know, we pretty much, like, once those turnovers happened, we took over the game and haven't looked back. Oh, I ran right into the blocker. Don't want to develop, you know, bad habits. I know that the, you know, now the game is decided. It's not like it's a big deal to give up some plays, but it's just that I don't want to fall into the habit of giving up those plays on a more important level. You know, a game down the road that happens, like that dive right there. That was dog shit. I should not have done that, and I, you know, will take this as a reminder not to pull that shit. There's no reason to dive. Like, the dives from behind are a little bit more warranted. They're a little bit more, because you're in a desperate situation. Speaking of desperate situation, they ran the onside kick, and Kaiser picked it up. All right, I'm not going to Kroll at all throughout the rest of the game. Man, just cannot make that connection. And I don't know what they're doing here. The game's over. I mean, I commend the whole, like, don't give up attitude and all that shit. Sometimes you just gotta. I went to Kroll. What am I doing? Get out of bounds. I said I wasn't doing it, and I did it. Look at that. Vitale making J.J. Watt miss and almost getting a first down as a result. All right, we got time for one more play. Well, worked the middle of the field that time. Kenny Britt gets first catch of the night, maybe the first catch in a few weeks now. I don't know. He's been fairly quiet. I know that, you know, the running game's been carrying the offense, but, you know, been pretty all quiet on the Western Front for Kenny Britt. But 42-14, nice freaking curb stomp of the Texans. Kroll once again had a monster night, but, you know, he wasn't the only one. He had 70 yards for Vitale, he got a couple touchdowns. Kaiser didn't even have 100 yards passing again, but, you know, once we had control of the game early on, 21-0 lead, it was just a matter of keeping the control of the game, keeping the pace slowed down. We weren't looking to put up big numbers or anything like that. Put up big numbers rushing, but, you know, a different story. So, just a dominant performance. You know, defense played amazing in the first half. But, you know, like, they let up a little bit, but I think it was also a product of desperation on their end. But they made some adjustments and got some points, but it was too little too late. We had poured it on with those turnovers. So we'll take a look at the standings here after the games are done simulating. We'll take a look at the week 6. I'm sorry, mark. Patriots are 4-2. The only team with a winning record, or the only team that doesn't have a losing record in the AFC East. Go figure. Bengals are a half game ahead of the Steelers in our division. They're 4-1, while the Steelers are 4-2, and we're not far behind anymore. Only 3-3. We're suddenly in the mix potentially, but only time will tell. A lot of games to be played. AFC South is the opposite of what it is in real life. Two really strong teams atop of the division at 5-1. They're more of like a middle of the pack division usually. The AFC West. How about this for novelty? This is back when, and the Chiefs were good at this time too. They just didn't have Mahomes yet, but they're the only team in the division with a losing record at 2-4. You got the Broncos and Chargers at the top of that list, the division within a half a game. Cowboys are dominating the East as of now at 5-0. They're the only team with a winning record. And then nobody has a winning record here, but everybody but the Packers is at 500. Bears, the Lions, and Vikings are all 3-3. And then the AFC. This is again the opposite of real life. The AFC South was a powerhouse. The NFC South is a powerhouse too, with the Panthers at 5-1, half game over the Falcons at 4-1. I know the Falcons made it to the Super Bowl in 2017, so of course they're going to be a good team by default. And then you got the Cardinals at 4-2 atop of the West. The Seahawks only a half game behind them. So a lot of close, tight races for the most part, except for in the East of both conferences. Next week will be moving on to the Titans. Oh boy, well, they were 5-1, right? 5-1, yeah, they were 5-0. They suffered their first loss of the season. We're gonna try to serve them up their second loss, but you know how it usually goes with these teams that are really tough. When they don't lose 2 in a row very often, so you got to watch out for this shit. Hopefully we can withstand that. This will be a test for us. We played a couple teams that aren't so good. In fact, the Jets even win their other game. No, they're 1-5, and so are the Texans. Yeah, so we're going up against a team that's a little bit tougher. Should be a lot tougher. So, we're just going to enjoy this win. Being back at 500, we were in a tough jam a couple weeks back at 1-3. So being 3-3 is nice. Get our head above water a little bit. So we'll see how it goes next week. It's going to be tough. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.